A one-vehicle accident took 2 lives over the weekend. State money may soon be available for a local college in financial crisis. And East Alabama gears up for a big outdoor celebration this week.
A few light showers in the forecast every day this week across East Alabama. We'll have the complete 7-day forecast coming up.
Coming up in sports, I'll get you caught up on the first round of the high school baseball playoffs. EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
Hello, we're glad you could join us. I'm Katie Edwards. 2 Talladega residents were killed over the weekend in a single vehicle crash north of Ashland in Clay County. Authorities say 59-year-old Brenda C. Campbell and 58-year-old Homer D. Gallagher, both of Talladega, were killed when their vehicle left the road, hit a tree, and overturned on Clay County Road 31 near Skyview Road. Authorities say neither of them were using their seatbelts at the time of the crash. The Alabama Law Enforcement Agency is investigating the crash. A Gadsden police officer was involved in a crash Saturday while on his way to another accident. Officials say the officer had been called to a single vehicle motorcycle crash on I-759 off-ramp when another vehicle struck his patrol car on Rainbow Drive. No injuries were reported in that second accident, but the motorcycle rider was transported to UAB Hospital for treatment of non-life-threatening injuries. 2 members of the Alabama State Senate have introduced a bill that would give more than $1.3 million to Talladega College, which is struggling with what officials are calling a financial crisis. Senators Lance Bell of Talladega and Arthur Orr of Huntsville authored the bill, which makes an appropriation of $1,326,157 from the Education Trust Fund to Talladega College. The school is one of the oldest historically black colleges in Alabama, and it's been cutting programs and staff this year to save money. Talladega College has also hired a collection agency to recover outstanding debts. School officials recently met with the head of a Mississippi-based credit union that's offered a $15 million loan to help the college survive. Talladega College held a news conference earlier this month to say they are working through some recent economic setbacks. Rika Lewis-Payton, a Talladega College alumna and chair of its board of trustees, says the administration and faculty have been working with the board to address the issues. If the state Senate bill passes during this session, the college will receive the $1.3 million appropriation for the new fiscal year that begins October 1st. In exchange for the state grant, the college must provide an operations plan and an audited financial statement prior to the release of any funds. It would also require Talladega College to give the state an end-of-year report on the use of that money. The final phase of the nation's longest paved biking and hiking trail will have a ribbon-cutting celebration this week in East Alabama. That story is just ahead on EAN Local News now.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today.
Welcome to Buster Miles Kia in Anniston, where we're dedicated to serving you with honesty and care. Whether you're shopping for a new or used car or need service, we're here to make it easy and stress-free. Visit us today at Buster Miles Kia, where great cars and family values come together. Buster Miles Kia, your trusted hometown dealership.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
Fresh signage has been installed at the Chief Ladiga Trailhead located at Michael Tucker Park, showcasing Anniston's final portion of that trail. The extension marks a major milestone for Anniston's ongoing efforts to promote outdoor recreation, connectivity, and community pride. City officials are counting down the days until the grand opening of the extension, which is scheduled for Thursday. The official ribbon cutting and grand opening will be held in conjunction with Alabama Rails to Trails Month as part of a statewide celebration of trail connectivity and outdoor recreation. The ceremony will take place on the portion of the trail behind Coldwater Mountain Brew Pub at approximately 3:30, following a Rails to Trails ride-in from Michael Tucker Park. This project began in 2022 when Anniston bought the last 1.4 miles needed for completion from Norfolk Southern Railway. In 2024, the Anniston City Council awarded a $7.26 million construction bid to B&B developers, paving the way for the city's long-awaited trail extension. This new 6.5-mile expansion, the Chief Ladiga Trail, will now stretch 39.5 miles, seamlessly linking Anniston's multimodal Amtrak station to the Silver Comet Trail in Georgia. This achievement transforms the corridor into the longest paved pedestrian pathway in the United States, an uninterrupted 105-mile trail experience from Anniston to the Atlanta metropolitan area. 2 musical programs are coming up this week, offering different styles of entertainment at 2 local venues. Details are coming up.
Spring into freshness at WM. Celebrate the season with our bountiful selection of farm fresh produce. From juicy berries to crisp greens, taste the flavors of spring at WM. Visit us today and let the freshness bloom in every bite.
Need tough, comfortable workwear? Rainouts in Heflin has boots, jeans, hats, and gear built for the toughest jobs. From the farm to the pipeline, Rainouts has gear for men, women, and kids, so the whole family can tackle the toughest jobs with confidence. We've got the quality you need with a hometown service you'll love. Stop by today next to WM Grocery and gear up with great prices and a local touch. Rainouts, where hard work meets Western style.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
The Cheehaw Winds, which have recently moved into their new venue at the JSU McClellan Center Auditorium, will present its first concert Thursday night in its new home. This show, which will range from soaring ballads to lively folk dances, starts at 7. The Cheehaw Winds list the admission fee as your price, your choice. On Friday, Anniston will bring back its Downtown After Dark summer music series, and they're kicking it off with the band Stadium Drive. They're billed as a powerhouse local trio known for their high-energy performances and crowd-pleasing set list that spans decades of classic and modern rock. The concert will be at Noble Street Park from 7 to 9 Friday night. Local merchants, bars, and restaurants will be open late that night for the event. So all these outdoor activities, what kind of weather can we expect this week? John Holder standing by with the forecast. John?
Katie, if you're going to outdoor events this week, that will not be a complete washout, but you need to carry the poncho with you because we have rain chances every day. We'll have the complete forecast details coming up next.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
Hi, I'm Mary Beth from CARES Direct Primary Care. Do you want convenient 24/7 access to health care? We're available in person, by text, phone, and video visit. Sooner or later, we all get sick. A quick trip to an ER or urgent care can quickly add up to more than the cost of 1 year's membership of Direct Primary Care. If you have a high deductible, you can quickly burn through that before your insurance activates. Join CARES DPC today.
EAN News would like to thank all our commercial sponsors. Go check out our sponsors' links in the description below.
Here's the EAN weather cam, Quintard Avenue in Anniston today. Again, some clouds moving in. We've got a cold front that we're going to show you in just a few moments up in northwest Alabama. That's close enough to us to not set off any rainfall yet, but close enough to give us some clouds today. And with the sunshine, very warm temperatures. 8 degrees above the average, 84 our high today after a morning low this morning of 57. Also several degrees above the average, and temperatures are going to remain well above the average for the foreseeable future across East Alabama. That includes tonight increasing clouds as we move through the evening hours. Scattered showers in the forecast. These will be very light in nature. About a 60% chance of rain, mainly late tonight in the overnight hours, and it remains on the mild side. The low tonight, 62 degrees. We will be in the 70s for most of the evening hours all across East Alabama. Coming up tomorrow, more of the same. More of what we're going to see tonight. We're going to see that again coming up during the day tomorrow. We'll have a mix of clouds, sunshine, maybe a light rain shower in the morning about 9 a.m., 65 degrees. We rise up to 72 by the lunch hour. Again, some clouds, a little bit of sunshine, 72 for the temperature at lunchtime. And then later on this afternoon, again, temperatures remain above the average, 77 for the high. And at 3 o'clock this afternoon, again, you're going to hear this a lot in the forecast. Some clouds, some sun, and a few showers out there for the rest of the work week. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast for all of East Alabama, and you'll see rain showers every day tapering off as we get toward the weekend. The highest rain chances will actually be in the next 2 to 3 days. Don't let these percentages scare you, though. Even though we have a 70% chance of rain, that does not mean heavy rain. That does not mean thunderstorms. That does not mean an all-day rain. Basically, that means the chance of any one spot seeing even one shower is about 70%. So the deal is, even though the rain chances are high, the rain amounts and the longevity of the rain going to be very low across East Alabama. 81 for the high on Wednesday. Back to a 50-50 chance of showers on Thursday as temperatures climb back toward the mid-80s. And then as we go toward the weekend, really summer-like once again. Temperatures in the mid-80s on Friday. Only a 40% chance of showers. Again, we stay in the 80s, way above the average. 8 to 9 degrees above the average all the way through the weekend. We'll have a small chance of a shower Saturday, and even smaller chance on Sunday. No rain in the forecast a week from now on Monday. Highs in the 80s, lows in the 60s. Temperatures remaining well above the average by about 8 to 9 degrees for both daytime highs and for nighttime lows, and we don't see an end to that. That's the forecast for at least the next 10 to 14 days, taking us all the way through April into the month of May. What is the culprit for all this rainfall activity that we see? We mentioned we were going to show you this cold front, and we have a cold front that stretched out all the way from Virginia along through the Smoky Mountains on the North Carolina-Tennessee border, clipping the Tennessee Valley of North and Northwest Alabama, stretching all the way out to Central Texas. That front not making much progress, but it is close enough to us here in East Alabama that with the heating of the day especially, it is going to fire off a few showers, maybe even a rumble of thunder at times. Basically, this front's going to meander right in here, not going to pass all the way through to clear us out. It's going to kind of wash out over the next 2 to 3 days, and that will leave us with unsettled weather coming up at least through midweek here in East Alabama. I'll be back here tomorrow morning with your Tuesday weather at a glance. Sports Time is next. Here's Jordan Smith.
Thanks, John. The first round of the Alabama High School Athletic Association baseball playoffs was held this past weekend, and we had several East Alabama teams in action, and some games didn't disappoint. The Alexandria Valley Cubs made quick work of Dora in their first round of the playoff series Friday, sweeping both games in dominant fashion. Game 1 was all about senior ace Braid Good. The South Alabama signee threw a 2-hit shutout, striking out 13 and setting the tone early. The Cubs backed him up at the plate, rolling to a 10-0 win in just 5 innings. In Game 2, it was Brody Barber's turn. He delivered another 2-hitter, and Alexandria's offense stayed hot, closing out a 12-2 victory, again in 5 innings. Cooper Smith had a big day at the plate, going 5 for 8 across both games with 6 RBIs and 4 runs scored. Knox Faulkner added a 5 for 7 performance with 3 RBIs. With the sweep, the Valley Cubs improved to 20-11 on the season and now advance to face Deschler in the second round of the Class 4A state playoffs. After falling in Game 1 and facing elimination in Game 2 of their Class 5A playoff series, Jacksonville came through clutch, then ran away in Game 3 to punch their ticket to the second round. Trailing by 2 in the top of the 7th in Game 2, the Golden Eagles rallied. Jackson Bonner and Easton Lackey came through with back-to-back RBI singles, and McGuire Mallett followed with a run-scoring fielder's choice to give Jacksonville a 4-3 lead. In the bottom half, Nicholas Johnson slammed the door shut. He entered with the game with 2 on and 2 out and struck out both batters he faced to earn the save and force a game winner take all in Game 3. And in Game 3, Sam Wagner got things started with a 2-run single in the first. Zay Lemon followed with an RBI single in the second. Then Bonner beat out an infield hit to bring Lemon home. Just like that, it was 5-0. Wagner added another RBI in the third, and in the fourth, Jacksonville broke it open. Bonner reached on an error that allowed 2 runs to score. A sac fly by Wagner and a wild pitch pushed it to 10-1. Starter Jackson Askew was sharp, just 4 hits, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts over 5 innings of work. In the bottom of the 5th, Jacksonville loaded the bases without a hit and on a wild pitch, sealed it. The Golden Eagles walked it off 11-1 to take the series and move on. They'll face Scottsboro in the second round of the playoffs.
You know, coming into a Game 3, always an exciting, intense atmosphere, and you know, these guys, like, they had 2 absolute wars last night with John Carroll. You know, the first game was 6-1. It was probably a whole lot closer of a game than that, and then the last game was a 4-3 game. And, you know, we knew coming in we were pretty evenly matched, and so we thought the series might see a Game 3. And then, you know, so we just challenged our guys before we went home last night to come out and find a way to play a little bit better and you know, to see if they could move on to round 2. And that's exactly what they did. They came in focused today, ready to go. We played some really good defense, just super proud of them. And excited to get to move on to round 2.
And now we'll look at the results from the first round of the playoffs. And starting in Class 1A, Woodland goes down to University Charter in both games, 5-1 in Game 1 and 7-3 in Game 2. Coosa Christian moved it to 3 games, but lost to Hubbartville in Game 1, 4-3, won Game 2, 7-4, and then lost to Hubbartville in Game 3 on Saturday, 9-2. Pickens Academy sends home Spring Garden on the road as Pickens Academy wins Game 1, 14-2, and then 12-2 in Game 2. In Class 2A, the Ranburne Bulldogs survive. They shut out Central of Haneyville 13-0 and 11-0. And then Pleasant Valley falls at home to Lindsay Lane in Game 1, 9-6. And then in Game 2, same score once again. Lindsay Lane wins 9-6. In Class 3A, Glencoe goes home after being defeated by Winfield 6-4 and 14-2. Piedmont also gets defeated at home by Gordo by a score of 6-2 in Game 1 and 2-0 in Game 2. Welborn made history by hosting their first ever baseball playoff at home, but they fall big time as the JB Pennington comes in and wins 27-3 and 19-5. And Randolph County stretches it to 3 games after they win Game 1 7-4, but then fall Friday night 15-12 and then on Saturday 19-2. In Class 4A, Alexandria, as we just told you, defeated Dora 10-0 and 12-2. Cherokee County's season has ended after a loss at Cordova, 8-1 and 3-1. Also, Hoax Bluff moved it to 3 games, but could not beat Haleyville as they won Game 1, 8-7. Then Haleyville wins 8-4 and then 8-2 on Saturday. Staying with Class 4A, Hanley is defeated by Trinity Presbyterian 14-4 and 6-2. Then Munford, after having a big season, falls in the first round of the playoffs to Tallahassee 6-5 and 7-6. In Class 5A, as we mentioned, John Carroll Catholic comes into Jacksonville to stretch it 3 games, but it was all Golden Eagles in the games 2 and 3, 4-3 and 11-1. In Class 6A, Southside is defeated by the Tigers of Hartselle 3-1 and 11-1, and Oxford falls on the road to Mountain Brook 10-7 and 12-6. That'll do it for sports. Let's head back over to Katie.
Thanks for watching us today. You can find us every weeknight on Facebook and YouTube, our website, and on Rumble. Go to the platform of your choice and watch our news, sports, and weather coverage whenever it's convenient for you. We'll see you back here Tuesday for your news on your schedule.